well. I wish them eternal health and fitness.
I would have either parked behind him and waited, or been in my chair waiting for him to come out.
I have said something. I'm gonna call the cops on me. And they look at me like I have grown 3 hands, maybe.
Oh, that's a... So what I do, I park behind them and I call the police station for them to come and do a ticket.
I've had incidences, and some of them, even here, right just down the street, had almost boiled over into a fight. I had to call the police. People are irate when they're called to account for doing something like taking someone else's access aisle or parking illegally in a designated slot.
Just to be more considerate.
Well, I just would tell them to be more considerate of people, and I know that seems cliche-ish or whatever, but people really need to think about other people more.
I have gotten to the point in my disability where I can confront someone, even with a placard, where I ask them, like, I know you have a placard, can you please park in a spot adjacent to it if it's available, because I need, and I go through the whole rant speech. I think I've had the rant speech about 100 times, and I had a guy, she didn't take our spot one time, and he had a temporary placard, and he's like, "Hocha, senior citizen coming through," and I was like, it's not because we're senior citizens, it's because we're physically disabled.
Just keep in mind that there's somebody else out there that disability may be to the point where they would need that closer spot.
It's just one of the things people do that shows you what they're made of. You know?
This is so funny. I really don't have an issue with people parking there. I feel like it's a first come, first serve. I do sometimes when there's absolutely no parking, and I'm like, or there's no room for me to get my wheelchair out, but I'm kind of a patient person, and I'm just like, I would drive around 10,000 times till someone's done shopping.
I think when they park there and they just run out to, like, whether they go in to get takeout or something like that to pick something up, I think I wish that I would just be able to get out and just kind of, sometimes I get irritated enough in that sense to go, you need to think about other people besides yourself. But on the flip side, I have been that person once before.
Because sometimes I'll park in a normal one just because, and then I'll see somebody just get up and get out, and I just want to whack them across the head, really, or like just take my wheel off and just hit them, because it's ignorant. And it's like, oh yeah, it's a couple of minutes. I don't give a shit if it's a couple of minutes.
I am usually quite aggressive, so I will get right up close to them, and pretty much I will say, what are you thinking? Can you look at me and feel okay about yourself that you are taking that right now? And if they respond, depends on if they just say, oh gee, I'm sorry. I just say, great, never do it again. Promise me you will never do it again.